go on your phone to order Postmates and think to yourself, it's so easy a caveman can do it, but cavemen couldn't do it. And it got me thinking, what did cavemen eat?
Oh well. Wait, bro, why does it say Pastmates? What the heck? Are they just rebranding Postmates and they're calling it Pastmates now? What the heck? Whoa! Oh my gosh! Oh my, what the heck? Whoa! Bro, am I a caveman? What the heck? I guess we're eating food from the past for the entire day, starting with a caveman. So cavemen were a part of the Stone Age, which was from 30,000 BC all the way to 3000 BC. So cavemen were considered hunters and gatherers. The meal that they would eat would depend on what they would hunt, which animal they would catch and eat, and what kind of fruits, veggies, and nuts they can gather. So here we have a plate of carrots, nuts, berries, raw meat, and lettuce. It's crazy because in this day and age, there's people out there that actually still eat like a caveman, and that's called a paleo diet. Starting with this one right here. So they used to eat a lot of raw root vegetables where obviously they didn't wash it, and that's exactly what I have here is an unwashed carrot, but I gotta eat like a caveman. Look at the inside of this carrot, bro. Wow, it's actually so good when you don't wash it. No, I'm just kidding. Wash your veggies, guys. Got some lettuce. Fun fact that I actually just learned is that cavemen and dinosaurs did not exist at the same time. Dinosaurs existed 65 million years before humans were even a thing. Got some nuts in there, you know? Time to go in for the raw meat. One of the main animals that they would hunt for are woolly mammoths, which are now extinct. So here we just have some regular raw meat. Here we go. Not bad, not bad. Let's go to another time era. All right, guys, we are here in the ancient Egypt time era, but there's only one problem. I don't look like the guy in this picture. I feel like I need a refund, bro. Low-key, I look better than him. I'm not gonna lie, I was just kidding. And here we have a standard ancient Egyptian meal. We got the beef stew with the bread on the side, fruit, nuts, and cheese. And if they ever wanted to make their food sweeter, they would use honey as their personal preference. So we're gonna put that all on the fruit and nuts. Why not? In case you didn't know, ancient Egypt is famous for their pyramids, pharaohs, mummies, and tombs. We're starting off with the fruit because the honey just looked too appealing. Honey makes everything better. I've never tried nuts and honey. What a perfect sweetener to use. Even though they had forks, they mostly used their hands to eat their food, and the forks were actually used just to serve the food. All right, let's go in for the beef stew. This just looks too good. Well, usually the plate would be sat on a table, so I'm just gonna sit on the floor. Wow, it's actually really good. The first use of makeup ever traces back to ancient Egypt, and Cleopatra herself actually used insects such as beetles for lipstick. So pretty much Egypt was the start of makeup. I've never tried honey with cheese, but I heard it's really good. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was pineapple at first. That hits, bro. Dude, this meal was actually a solid 10 out of 10. All right, we are in ancient Rome, and we have finally traveled far enough to use forks. Let's go, guys. Here is a common meal from back in the day. I don't know if they would eat this all together, but we just took some of the most popular food items and plated them all in one. We have artichokes, we got braised cabbage, cannellini beans, pecorino romano cheese right here, and on the side we got some apples, hazelnuts, drenched in honey, because they also used honey as a sweetener as well. We will start with the artichoke. You just peel it like this. The further you get into the artichoke, the closer you get to the heart, which has the most meat, but pretty much just take your teeth and scrape it to get the meat off. So the Colosseum is one of Italy's most visited places, and that's pretty much where the start of entertainment began. That's where gladiators not only fought each other, but some had to fight lions with their bare hands. We're gonna try the cannellini beans. We eating healthy today. I'm still stuck in the past, man. I gotta use my hands. Put yourself in that situation, face to face with a lion. That's an automatic L, at least for me. But there was one gladiator in specific, Bando Lahardo, who defeated the lion with his bare hands in front of 100,000 people in that Colosseum, and they all wanted him to lose. So imagine how he felt after taking down a lion, bro. That guy must have felt like a legend. Well, he is a legend for that. We got some pecorino romano cheese. Did you guys know that Rome was founded by two twin brothers named Romulus and Remus, and they were raised by a wolf? Eventually, both brothers founded the city, but had a hard time to decide who the ruler was gonna be. So Romulus actually defeated Remus and named the city after himself, Rome. Apples, hazelnut, and some honey. I'll eat this meal today. I'm gonna eat this meal after this video. All right, we have made it to the Renaissance era, which was from the 14th century to the 17th century, which was a long time ago. And here in front of me, we have a traditional meal from the Renaissance. The ravioli in brodo, which translates to ravioli in broth. We have a pork chop braised in red wine. We have black lentils and mushrooms, which were really popular back then. So I think we're gonna start with the ravioli in brodo. I like saying it like that. During this time, pastas were really popular, such as spaghetti, tortellini, and ravioli. In my time, I had some Chef Boyardee, but I think this is more legit and authentic. It tastes better. Sorry, Chef Boyardee. Pork chop. Let's get a nice little bite here. So the Renaissance was also known as the Dark Ages because it was a time of war, famine, and pandemics, such as the bubonic plague or the Black Death. Let's try this pork chop. I'm not a huge fan, but let's see it. I'm not gonna lie, usually I won't like these, but we do have a chef cooking it up in the kitchen. It actually tastes fire. We are gonna try the black lentils. I've never tried these before, so first time on camera. It's actually not bad. I kind of want to mix it with the mushrooms. That combo hits. So not only was the Renaissance a dark time, it was also colorful because it was an artistic era. There were some famous artists that you guys might be familiar with that originated there, such as Michelangelo, Shakespeare, and Leonardo da Vinci. Honestly, not my favorite era of food, but let's see what time we go to next and try that food. All right, we made it to the 1700s, also known as the Colonial time era, and we are in front of the White House, or my White House. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed, and that's where we separated from the British and became the United States of America. I'm not gonna lie though, the fit goes hard, bro. I wish we could dress like this now.
Wait, bro, what are those? Those are Travis Scott's.
Bro, these are the George Washington 7s. Come on, bro.
My bad, man.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, guys. My neighbors drove by. It was so embarrassing. They're like, hey. I'm like, hey, I'm George Washington today. They're like, I can see that. How you doing? Just George Washington today. This looks like it's gonna be one of my favorite time eras of food. We got some cod, corn, roasted potatoes, and for our very first dessert of the day, carrot tea cake, which was actually George Washington's personal favorite dessert to eat. Let's dig in. We are going for the cod, man. This looks crazy. I used to hit some bangers back on the cod days. Come on, bro. Love it. Back in the day, there were no refrigerators, so they had to preserve their foods by smoking and curing it. And here we have some smoked trout. Cheerio. I'm so glad we have a chef making this, because if I had to do this, this wouldn't be edible. We got the corn on the cob right here. Honestly, this is the way you should be eating corn. This is the most authentic way. Hits every single time. Enough of the main course, it's time for the dessert. I am dying to dig into this. Obviously, George Washington came from the colonial time era. As you can see, I'm him right now. And George, as you all know, is on the $1 bill. But another historical figure who came from that era as well is Benjamin Franklin, who won up George and is on the $100 bill. I'm just going straight for this carrot tea cake. I already love carrot cake as is. We have made it to the 1920s, also known as the Roaring 20s, and I'm excited for this meal, guys. I feel like as the time goes on, the meals are just getting better and better. We have some meatloaf, some potatoes, bread and butter, no gunna, and zucchini. This just smells phenomenal. So this was a very interesting time because the start of 1920, literally January, is when the prohibition started, where alcohol became illegal. This was really hard for the government to enforce because people would still find a way to drink. They would literally go to hidden bars just to purchase alcohol. And the prohibition actually ended in the 1930s. Let's dig into the meatloaf. Oh yeah. The meatloaf I remember is the frozen food that my mom would bring home. I think it was like Marie Callender's. It was in like a green box. That's the meatloaf I'm used to growing up. So let's see one made by a professional chef. Wow. The ketchup just makes the flavors pop. Good mix with some potatoes. Fire so far. Fun fact about the 1920s is that a lot of popular brands emerged in that time era that you might be familiar with. We got Kool-Aid, we got Hostess, we got Wonder Bread, and we got Reese's. All of those were created in the 1920s, and they're still iconic to this day. Let's get that bread and butter.
No gonna.
Oh, bro, when bread is too hard and it like scrapes on your cheek, bro.
Yeah, man. No snitches.
Not like, and his album's fire. I don't care what anyone says. Last but not least, I love zucchini. I love zucchini. So we're gonna end it off with a bang. Yep. I think I'm gonna rate the 1920s meal a 9 out of 10. All right, we have traveled to the 1950s, which is the era of the iconic movie Grease. Look at my black leather jacket. We got the tucked in white tee, the jeans. I'm feeling this fit, guys. Let's see what they ate back then. For starters, the house salad with ranch was very popular because ranch was created in 1949. All my ranch lovers out there, like the video right now. I can't eat anything without ranch. I eat my pizza with ranch. I don't know about you guys. So it's crazy to know that ranch was invented in 1949, but ranch was actually invented by my dad, Papa Rug, in 2020.
Ranch.
Ranch.
No, ranch.
Ranch.
Papa Rug's an inventor, man. Can't go wrong with a house salad, especially the tomatoes. Now on to the main course. We got some Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and green beans. This was another one of those frozen foods I would eat growing up. The Salisbury steak, very popular. But fun fact about the 1950s era, it actually had a couple nicknames. One is the Golden Age of America, and two, Thrifty 50s, because canned foods and frozen foods became popular at the time and saved families money and time. Here we go. Like I said, the later we get into this video, the more modernized food becomes and evolves. The 50s were really innovative, seeing as it was the start of McDonald's, the creation of Barbie, and the invention of credit cards. All in all, the meal was a solid 9.5 out of 10. Let's see where we're heading to next. All right, guys, we made it to the 70s, baby. Come on, look at this fit. I'm sweating now because I can't dance, so I get nervous. No more mustache. Food in the 70s. I got... Pasta primavera was invented in the 70s, and this was the most popular dish. Plain and simple. So back in the 70s, music was extremely popular. People were listening to soul music, rock and roll, disco, artists such as Stevie Wonder, Elton John, the list goes on. But all in all, the 70s were just huge for music. So something very powerful that happened in 1972 is the equal rights movement. Congress passed a law where women and men were finally equal. Now, I could see myself in the 70s. It's a Friday night. I want to hit the disco with some friends, but before you go out, you gotta eat, and that is the pasta primavera. I feel like this is literally the perfect meal before going out. We have made it to the 80s where loud, colorful outfits were trendy. As you can see, this is by far my favorite outfit of the video. I got an entire Gucci tracksuit a long time ago matching this style, and it's one of my favorite outfits, so I'm digging the 80s already. Now let's see what food they ate. Another frozen food classic, chicken pot pie and pasta salad. This I remember from Marie Callender's, so bomb. Let's get a good satisfying piece from the chicken pot pie. Here we go. That was pretty good, look at that. Did you know in the 1980s, that was the rise of technology? Microsoft created Windows in 1985. Nintendo invented the NES in 1983. Technology was booming in this era. So hot. So the 80s was also the sitcom era where families would come together and watch their favorite sitcom shows. My personal favorite, Full House. It's no surprise that in the 80s, music was so popular. There were so many banger songs like Thriller by Michael Jackson, I Wanna Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston, Like a Prayer by Madonna, and so many more. And honestly, I can't even imagine being in the 80s and going to a concert, seeing one of them live. If there's anyone out there that went to a Michael Jackson concert, please let me know in the comment section down below how the experience was, because people used to faint when they would see Michael Jackson. He was a literal icon, and I just can't imagine the energy difference going to concerts back in the 80s, dressing like this with your fanny packs, going with your friends, versus this day and age of concerts.
Wait, do the moonwalk.
To end it off, let's try this pasta salad. Nice cold pasta salad. I'm not a huge fan of chicken pot pie. It was really good, but I would give it an 8 out of 10. Yo, 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 it's your boy DJ Rug. Welcome to the 90s. Where do I even begin about the 90s, the best time era your boy FaZe Rug was born? The 90s was a music and fashion revolution. People look back at the 90s as nostalgia today. I personally still listen to a bunch of R&B. I have a playlist on my phone that's 90s, 2000s R&B, the best. Ashanti, Ja Rule, J-Lo, P. Diddy, everyone. So this 90s meal is a little bit custom to me. I was born in 1996. I still remember going to Chuck E. Cheese back in the day. My favorite food was pizza, and my parents would always be at the salad bar. I would not even touch it, but this is for my parents. We got some Caesar salad. That just reminds me of the 90s. A ton of iconic toys came out in the 90s, such as Tamagotchi, Beanie Babies, Pokemon cards, scooters, and my personal favorite, PlayStation. If you're out there watching this video and you're a 90s baby as well, comment down below what's nostalgic to you and what you miss from that time era. Love my pizza, man. When I think of the 90s, I think of snacks, and my all-time favorite snacks from back in the day. Shout out Mama Rug for always getting these. Dunkaroos were #1, Gushers, and Fruit by the Foot. I would eat Fruit by the Foot all the time. I'm not gonna lie though, I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed because every time I would eat Fruit by the Foot, they used to have like the 3-foot long Fruit by the Foots, and I used to think I was actually gonna grow 3 feet if I ate that. Sadly, my karma was I'm now 5'6" at the age of 26 years old. 5'7", I think. Just 5'7.5". Let's just call it there. And lastly, the biggest thing about the 90s, the most important thing to me, the Rugrats show came out. That is my all-time favorite cartoon show. If you're new here or if you don't know about the story, the name Rug actually is short for Rugrats because of how much I love the Rugrats growing up, and it actually turned into your guys' name. I call you guys the Rugrats. It's just crazy that something I loved so much as a kid has impacted my life today. The Rugrats are still attached to me. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all in the next video. Peace!